Hey, Jit, who you playing? Yeah.
I ain't even know Madden.
You on Fortnite? Paylo ad playing. Come on, let me skin that ad right quick.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So from the 36 now, first and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Flush to his right. This is caught with a catch right side. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 13 yards and a first down Cowboys. On first down, Elliott.
Man, I'm supposed to outran his
into Jacksonville territory. DJ Hayden, the corner, in on the tackle.
Think so?
Play action now. Prescott. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The sack there to Jake Ryan. They'll need a big play here. Will down to the Cowboys after the sack. It's third and long. Uses the stiff arm. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize is well short of the first. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a fourth down. Fourth down, Prescott. He's got his target, it's Cobb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. They'll run on first down. It's Elliott, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Or on second and 11 now. Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nah, he playing. You know how I'm bringing my safety up.
Discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one.
No, he
Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They said that shit too hard to beat that man shit, that man cover. He was that man, but he used to be hard to throw in cover too. Nah, this is easy.
Now they're coming up on play
cover
number
2,
8
cover
of this
3, you gonna
opening
get that shit
drive,
out
but they're looking at a third and long. They just get the play off. Now Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Dak finding his tight end Witten, and the Cowboys have a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory.
It's the way I play my shit. You ain't gonna never catch on. I switch that bitch up sometime.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take a shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Now he got one.
Can't escape, and down he goes. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Prescott.
And he
rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
I got something for his ass, dude.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. And this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
54. Hey, Orbit.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. And
that supposed to be big.
He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they
That
shrink
practice
pretty
shit might seem
rapidly.
easy.
How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
That's the only thing that's going to come open in that man, that middle. That deep route and all that corner route shit.
Right now, aren't
Pick
you?
six.
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Go, go. 54, right there, right there. 54, Mike. Watch the slack, watch the slack. Go, let's go. 13.
Here's Foles. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee.
Damn, dog. He went right where I was at.
First down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 42.
I supposed to pick that shit, dog.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after one on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Yeah.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get stopped up quickly.
I know paylo over there going crazy right now. He can't do nothing. Yeah. Oh, they receiver slow. Westbrook. Number 12. Number 17. 18. Nah, he ain't in them, Oh, you talking about my brother?
Yeah.
Ramsey. Oh, he's slow. Number 21. I'm going at his ass.
The 43.
Yo.
He wasn't ready. 180. Silent. 54. Here we go, dude. Hey, Wahoo. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. I got one. Mike, 54. Mike. 1-1.
Fucking hold her head up with this one.
Now Foles. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Foles. And that is going to be incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute
Austin intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be it.
But I think the ball's out. But fortunately,
that nigga got the ball back.
His own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
But hell, you in practice mode, Weezy?
When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. Big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but... Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
I ain't hear you. I ain't hear nothing.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, let's get second.
I said I really know you to get that.
Yo.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
Who?
Go with 5-3. Go with 5-3.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette.
And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make
man,
our way to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Hey, dude. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Pick it up, pick it up. Hayden Cole. Come on, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54. Watch.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Hey, so I love the defense here, boy.
Do they not get it? It turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation, turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore.
Nah,
we want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
That's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
I be doing that shit too, like when it's a serious ass game, you gotta turn the mic on, or put that bit down on the floor.
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. Then he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line.
Stay about to run a kick return back on my ass, dog. Start back doing my offside kick.
What up, that playing with?
Jaguar. Yeah, no matter what team he play with, every team I kick it to, he be right that big back. The last person be my kicker.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator, I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack on first down, Foles. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. First and 10 at the 42-yard line. You better be ready. Don't be scared. Flat. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Mike 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Right there. 54. Right there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well,
Charles, if you think so far in the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded. But there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon.
How the fuck did man tackle me? I just stiff on me there.
You're right. The rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in. But the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington, but they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. This is Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Yep.
This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple of extra yards.
I ain't even I'm throwing the ball. Crazy. I could have been scored.
The offense back
I'm finna get one. Hold on when I get it right.
Their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
Yeah. I agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Lee's got it over the middle.
Damn, bro. I know what this man be doing, bro. This shit so...
Second and 2. A good pick up there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. On second down, here's Fournette. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact.
This man must not know my linebacker coverage. It's almost a 99.
It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half. Still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Yeah. The one with the dreads, too. Like number 54. His coverage better.
Yeah, his coverage better, but
yeah.
They're going to try and throw. Looking deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that's why I be blitzing him and number 90. I blitz both of their ass.
It doesn't pay off. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific
Oh, y'all boy be trying to sit in that pocket. That shit be collapsing. Them boy got to scramble all kind of shit.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's the thing about it. I was saying, I wasn't even running out of the pocket. I was just sitting back in the pocket.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
You got to. He's trying me. I'm going to go ahead and get over there.
10th carry now for Elliott. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
He ain't going to fumble. He only will fumble like when I forget, like he tired or some shit.
And an alley to run. And he's going to get this down near the 20.
That's why I be going to that spread. I spread that out, get him a break. I go start back pounding on your ass.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's
okay, thing. Like only your ass know how to run. I get Cowboys and always these motherfuckers running into the line against you.
Now you supposed to do the outside run, like you do an outside run, and then it's your option to cut that bitch up. That's what I be doing. I don't be having no inside run. I just cut that shit up myself.
Probably a good philosophy at this
point.
Both
thinking they know I'm running. I cut that bitch up on your ass, playing crazy out there if you want to.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down.
Oh, I ain't know that on my backup running back. God damn.
Pickup of 9 yards.
I thought that was Zeke. That hole opened up so good.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Try that one more time. He got my scrub in here about to score, y'all.
Now here's Pollard. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown. Cowboys. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
I ain't broadcast the game. Nah. That bit don't say live. Oh yeah, it do.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air.
Oh, he got me, dog.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. Touchdown!
That lucky ass shit.
Marquise Lee, 64 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They start on the ground with Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
I ain't worrying about none of that. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Trust me.
I can't focus the on the left side.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush.
It's
been demonstrated time and time again.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
What team you using? Who?
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. After the penalty, it's Elliott. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on fourth down? They'll go for it. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Yes, she did.
It's okay, because I'm a motherfucking passing person. I pass that bitch out, run that bitch out of line. About 4 5 came out of the whole game.
I can't believe they let you play.
Fournette. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
You got more people out down the road to play.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
I ain't gonna lie, I had like 2 good games today, man.
On second and 11 now. Foles.
Damn, that's my fault, dog.
Inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. Keelan Cole, 49 yards. As they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Damn, dog, that nigga come back on me.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over first and 10. At their own 21-yard line.
That shit sweet. Oh, I picked the wrong play.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it first and 10. Space to maneuver at the 40. A big run that time by Elliott. Give him 55 yards on the ground.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch
Zeke go bust, yeah. You better get right.
So
Zeke go bust it, though, man.
He'll go to work at the 20 now on first and 10. Elliott. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout.
All that time out.
You can also factor in another timeout.
Hit it with that end around one time. See what that shit do.
Got 3 plays for your first start.
It's an end around. Tavon Austin. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
3rd and 13. I get all that right now.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. And an alley to run. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Keep shooting to the outside like I got it right to the outside, boy.
Sets up a 1st and goal.
Keep shooting to the outside like I got it right to the outside.
Including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
They'll be fucking their head up good, boy.
2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Yeah, boy, they ain't fucking with me in this Madden, man.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
You don't leave them Cowboys alone.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much. He's marked down at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity?
Let me get that. Pick
a
6.
crusher there as it's intercepted.
Oh!
By Anthony Brown. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Keelan Cole, the intended target.
Nah, that ain't him. I'll be switching him out.
What number you be putting on?
Number 30. Not 24.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now there's one timeout remaining defensively. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jake Ryan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Prescott, it gets it over the middle to Cobb. Now the Cowboys going to burn the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2
slow.
remaining.
That's why I put 30 in. 30 running 95. And I just...
The other nigga number 31.
Yeah, he good.
So
he runs slow, but that's been good no matter what the hell.
Down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
I couldn't even throw on his side.
Yeah, that shit dead over there.
But I can, it's just, I gotta be.
Here's Prescott.
Don't step over there and see it.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing here, Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
That's all, paylo.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Nah, they ain't going to do it for you,
finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that,
you know how that man shit is, though. You're going to have your pros and cons. Be like, your offense be good, your defense going to be sorry.
I like, fuck it, you know what I'm gonna do? When I pause the game, like after the second half, that's when I start scoring. I put all the starters back in, because I be putting Steve in there and receiver. But Chris ain't got no awareness and shit, you feel me?
Yeah.
Follow, I can catch the ball and shit. But when I change the shit up, the bitch will catch the ball.
Now you gotta change.